everyone, and welcome to another edition of News Generation. In today's episode, some SHS students worry about the term ahead as uncertainty brews over increased school fees. We also have a story on how the children of Mensa Guinea in Accra are coping days after the Accra Metropolitan Assembly ordered the demolition of their parents' homes. How do you feel about learning 5 subjects in school? Well, you could be soon. Details and your views in WhatsApp. Do you like to read? Well, we meet 3 young men in the Eastern region who will share why they love to read and write. Details of these stories, including what's trending, landmark of the week, and a roundup of news all coming up. It's going to be interesting, exciting, and educative. My name is Efua Harrison. Please stay with us. Supported by
Cowbell with Vitarid.
My name is Efua Akwa Harrison. Remember, you can always join us via social media. We're on facebook.com/newsgenerationgh. Also find us on Twitter at newsgengh. Now, do you think it's important to know how to read? Well, it might seem an odd question, but over 67 million children in the world do not have access to primary education. This means these children will most likely grow up illiterate. Well, in celebration of this year's International Literacy Day, we meet 3 young boys from Bosomase who tell us their views on being able to read and write.
But the social spiritual family is an equally critical instrument for achieving God's plan. Robbery cases are not available, especially.
Meet 12-year-old Alex Owusu and 13-year-old Emmanuel Safo from Obosomase in the Ekwapim North District of Ghana. They are packing newspapers to sell to market women. Alex is in JHS 2, while Emmanuel is in JHS 3. They do this while school is on vacation. For them, knowing how to read is a big deal.
Se utumeke kan humani adia. Se wo febu abrochi no menawa. Ode no de paper brose kanga. Udin to men can just out the comobi or can be as a scabin I won no sequoia. Non parkuna catch you se bio chia keke, now a quack scan.
Ninte I can gain here, baby say. Ebia obi wade na kwashe school mo ni ma kenkan na wade nso hwa ba beto nanim na ofrefre nkrofo ensa na enye ti se okwochiro BC ya obetume atwa pepem tina so hu kan na wankasa otumi chiro na wade.
Many children of school-going age, like Alex and Emmanuel in some deprived communities, cannot read, let alone understand the meaning of whatever they read. For such children, not being able to read affects their academic performance and self-confidence among their peers. Children who are good readers perform better in school, have a healthy self-image, and also become lifelong learners.
Say be wa teachers be a can keke na watcher on the mum 90 asin one chero. No be one so ya brofon teacher ni mbo mo hu da no so nti bi denti o kan odenti as.
So tum kenkan humani adia na senso hwe ba ubetume atwa bebre na pass across screen.
According to the United Nations, literacy is a human right, a tool for personal empowerment, and a means to social and human development. Educational opportunities depend on literacy. Literacy is at the heart of reducing poverty, cutting down on child deaths, achieving gender equality, peace, and democracy. Literate parents are more likely to send their children to school. Literate people are able to access educational opportunities. Literacy is one of the key elements needed to promote sustainable development, as it empowers people to make the right decisions in the areas of economic growth and social development. For this to happen, it will take the collective effort of teachers, parents, and government to achieve this dream of becoming a literate society.
So blackbird standing on the wall. One name Peter, one name Paul. Fly away, Peter. Fly away, Paul. Come back, Peter. Oh, come back, Paul.
Now, the Mensah-Guinea community has finally been demolished, but it has left many people homeless, the most vulnerable being women and children.
Many children loiter in the rubble at Mensah-Guinea and are not currently attending school. Their parents say they cannot afford rent, so for now they have to slum it hard in the rubble. They do virtually everything here: bathe, play, and rest. Some have also moved to the beach to sleep there. Wood gathered from the ruins have been used to build makeshift rooms so they can lay their heads. So Mensah-Guinea has been demolished. The people have now moved to the coast because obviously they have nowhere to go. And they've used some of their plywood to erect a structure so they can sleep. So I just want my cameraman to just come with me so that we can have a look at this room. This is supposed to be a room that people sleep in, and this is the coast. And as you can see, they have a stool, they have their items, they have a chair here, and it tells you the state of homelessness here at Mensah-Guinea. Many say it is difficult adjusting, and they would need more time to finally move out. 3 days notice given by the city authorities was obviously not enough to resettle. The children seem less concerned, but they also know what is happening around them. Lydia is 9 years. Where do you sleep now?
We sleep in the school.
Which school? Why are you sleeping in the school?
Because they have sacked us.
Who sacked you?
Okuvanapo.
Why did they sack you?
He said he was doing that.
You said you're doing what?
That. He was doing that.
So where will you be going? Where is your mother?
Yes.
So where is your father?
My father is dead.
Her mother says she will consider relocating back home in Ningo, though it will be hard surviving.
I'm going to my town.
You're going to where?
My town.
Where?
My village.
Which village?
I come from Nungo.
Ningo. So where are you? Where do you sleep?
We stay at the school.
How many children do you have?
3.
3. So what do you used to do?
I prepare food to sell. Maybe this night I will leave. Maybe. If it's not possible, tomorrow morning.
Some residents said they wanted to sue the Accra Metropolitan Assembly, but they have no resources to do so. So they have finally given up. According to the UN guideline on eviction, the people should have been adequately consulted. The guidelines also state people should not be made homeless after eviction. It is clear that Ghana has breached this guideline, and government has not shown concern yet.
So what do you think about the situation at Mensah-Guinea? Let us know on facebook.com/newsgenerationgh. Now, some schools are back in session after the long vacation. Students in senior high schools are home for another week until schools reopen, but it's not all excitement as bills for the term are not yet in. Without the bills, it would be difficult to raise money for the fees.
With just a week for senior high schools to reopen, bills indicating how much each student has to pay have not come in. That is not what usually happens.
In this term, we've not been given our bills, so we don't know yet. And what I heard from others is that they said they've sent it attached to our results. So our parents will get it as soon as they get our reports.
But is that the case every time?
No, it's only this term.
Meaning they've been giving it to us everything back. This thing, they said the GES wasn't ready. They weren't ready with our bills, so we have to wait, but they will send it to us by text message or by email.
And have you received any text messages?
Yes.
The Ghana Education Service asks schools to seek approval for the bills they send to their students. The GES requires continuing students to pay 385 Ghana cedis for boarding students and 73 Ghana cedis for day students. But some students have received messages asking them to pay more than that, but not from an official bill.
It says we are supposed to pay 4 point something.
Was it 435 cedis?
Yeah.
And how much did you pay last semester?
It was 3 something.
But did the text message tell you that the 435 is for tuition, books, PTA? Did it say anything like that?
No.
Parents don't know how much they are supposed to pay. It will be very difficult because they would think the amount they paid last time will be closer to what they are paying this time. But maybe if they increase the price, that's when it will be very difficult for them to work hard and get the money.
GES has directed heads of SHS technical schools not to include any levies which are not approved by the Director General, stating that concerns raised by parents about such illegal fees will attract severe sanctions from heads.
Are you affected? We will bring you an update from the GES or CHAS once we get in touch with them. Now, the Ministry of Education has set up a committee to review the number of subjects you learn at the basic school level. The Education Minister, Professor Nana Opoku-Agyeman, believes the number is too high. The proposal is that the about 10 to 12 subjects be reduced to a maximum of 5. So what do young people think about this proposal? You tell us in WhatsApp.
That the 5 subjects is okay to us to learn to focus on what to choose in career.
I think the 5 subjects it is good because it will help us to learn more, because the 9 you don't have enough time to learn all the 9, but if they reduce it you have enough time because you know that you are going for the core subject, so you learn the core subject. But how it is, you go for 9, so you need to learn at least 7 or 8. But now, so if they reduce it, you know that you are going for 5, so you learn the 5.
If they should reduce the subject to 5, that will help us to pass our exams, and also it will help me so that I can be able to learn more and more, because with the 9 subjects I can't do all. Sometimes I feel confused.
When they reduce it to 5, it will help us to learn well and fast. They should maintain it, because what if the 5 subjects that they are coming are not the core subject that someone may like to learn?
The 9 subjects, I want to have all the time to learn all, because I will help my mother in doing certain things. I think reducing the 5 will help me, because within a week I can take 5 and 1 subject. Like a Monday I take 1 subject and I learn it. Tuesday too I can take 1 within a week, so that the 2 days, Saturday and Sunday, can use it as my leisure time and recovering whatever I've learned.
If they reduce the subject to 5, I would like it, because it will help us finish our syllabus fast and let us go through the subjects we've learned.
We prefer the 9 subjects because yet we don't know the 5 subjects which are coming. So if you start learning the 9 subjects, so you know the time the 5 subjects will come and the subjects that are coming, then we can choose and talk more about it. So our teachers can help us with the 5.
Your views on WhatsApp. Let's continue the conversation on social media. Remember, it's facebook.com/News Generation GH. The Ghana Education Service sacks all pupil teachers. The AMA Rapid Response Unit is in a bit of trouble, and Sarkodie nominated for another award. The details coming up now.
The Ghana Education Service has ended the appointment of all pupil teachers across the country. The action, according to the GES, was taken because the affected teachers have failed to upgrade themselves. The acting Director General of the GES, Charles Ahetochega, said trained teachers would replace the dismissed pupil teachers. Some members of the Accra Metropolitan Assembly's Rapid Response Unit have been suspended for alleged extortion from traders. As part of efforts to bring sanity to the unit, the affected persons have been asked to reapply. It was alleged at a meeting with traders at the CMB market that some task force members took 3 Ghana cedis from the traders to allow them hawk on the streets. Hip Life artist Sarkodie is up for nomination in the 2014 MTV EMA Awards. Sarkodie has been nominated along with other wildcard nominees. The wildcard nominee with the highest votes will join 4 other acts in the Best African Act category. Nigeria's Davido, Goldfish from South Africa, Tanzania's Diamond, and Togolese Tofan have already secured their places and are waiting the 5th in category, who will be selected by fans via a Twitter vote.
We'll be right back.
When your kids need it all, there's only one drink that's got it. Cowbell Chocomalt. It's got the delicious taste of chocolate, the nourishment of malt, the all-round goodness of milk, and sugar for energy, all in one sachet. All I add is water, hot or cold. Now, that's real value. And that's real teamwork. Cowbell Chocomalt, 4-in-1 value with a great new taste.
One of the regions with one of the highest number of tourist sites in Ghana. The Ebri Botanical Gardens, Tetekwashi Cocoa Farms, Abonse Slave Market, and the Boutique Falls are just a few of the notable landmarks in this region. But today we visit a place that has the potential to become really popular, the Obosomase Waterfall.
The Obosomase Waterfall is not one many Ghanaians are aware of. Yet, for the people of Obosomase in the Ekwapim North District of the Eastern Region, it is their source of pride. The actual source of the falls is yet to be identified. We were told when the rains are heavy, the falls flows much faster than what you can see at the moment. This beautiful site has natural scenery which can be turned into a major income earner for the people of Obosomase and Ghana in general if it is given the needed attention like the Boutique Falls and other patronized destinations in the country. The town of Obosomase and its waterfalls becomes a center of attraction to foreign and Ghanaian visitors during the celebration of the Ohum Festival in October every year. In spite of Obosomase Waterfalls becoming a preferred tourist destination, it has seen little interest in private sector investment. The only route to the site, which is some kilometers away from the town, is a footpath. Many people cannot make it on foot to the site, hence the lack of patronage by visitors. Hopefully, the Ghana Tourist Authority could highlight the potential of the waterfalls.
What's trending? Well, a 9-year-old boy in Bolivia plays music like no other. But the promising young jazz musician isn't like any other. He is blind and using his talent to make people who listen happy.
Reports say young Jose Andre Mutano realized his talents playing these drums at a tender age of 4, and he moved to this piano and formed his trio at age 5.
It really inspires me to play music. I love jazz. I listen to it a lot and I love to share it with others.
Vero Perez, member of the trio, recounts her experience with Jose.
The most interesting thing about him is that he plays in such a way that he shows other musicians how jazz music really is, which is to be completely free and improvise and to play with the musicians that you are with. You might be playing one note and then he will change it. You really have to be ready to play with him this serious game that is jazz.
Interestingly, 9-year-old Jose goes to school like other kids. He thrilled his team and audience at a recent jazz festival in La Paz, Bolivia.
Now, there is a new US Open champion for the male category. Former Formula One driver Michael Schumacher leaves hospital and cyclist sacked for fighting. The details in Sports Round.
Croatia's Marin Cilic won his first Grand Slam title with a comprehensive straight set win over Kei Nishikori of Japan at the US Open. Cilic won 6-3, 6-3, 6-3 to become the first Croat to win one of the 4 tennis majors since his coach Goran Ivanisevic at Wimbledon in 2001. In the women's side of the tournament, Serena Williams beat Caroline Wozniacki in straight sets to win her 6th US Open and 18th Grand Slam title. The American, who is ranked world number 1, won 6-3, 6-3 at Flushing Meadows in New York. The victory moves her to joint 4th in the all-time list of major winners, alongside Martina Navratilova and Chris Evert. Former Formula One champion Michael Schumacher has left a Swiss hospital to continue his recovery at home. Schumacher suffered a head injury in a skiing accident in France, December last year. In June this year, Schumacher came out of medically induced coma to reduce swelling in his brain. Italian cyclist Gianluca Brambilla and Russia's Ivan Rovny have been disqualified from the Vuelta a España after coming to blows during the 16th stage of the cycling competition. Both men landed punches on each other as they rode among a breakaway group of 13 riders on the Tour of Spain. Rovny needed a new pair of sunglasses from his support team after they were broken in the fight with Brambilla.
Son of former Nigerian President Olusegun Obasanjo short severe flooding leaves hundreds of thousands in India and Pakistan stranded, and a roller coaster in America catches fire. Let's take a trip around the world. Son of Nigeria's former president Olusegun Obasanjo has been shot and wounded in a battle with Islamist militants. Lieutenant Colonel Adeboye Obasanjo was injured as the army fought to recapture towns in northeastern Adamawa state from Boko Haram. Last month, Boko Haram declared an Islamic state in areas it controls in northeastern Nigeria. Severe flooding in parts of India and Pakistan have left hundreds of people stranded. They have been cut off by rising floodwaters, which have swept away bridges and covered roads. Landslides have damaged roads and power lines, leaving many people without electricity and drinking water. People are being rescued by boats and food is being airlifted to areas affected by the flooding. More than 375 people are known to have died in India and Pakistan since the flooding began. A roller coaster in America has collapsed after it caught fire. The Colossus ride at the Magic Mountain Park in California began to crumble as the fire spread through its wooden frame. The ride was the tallest and fastest roller coaster when it opened in 1978. Luckily, it was closed for renovations when the fire broke out and no one was hurt. And that's it for this edition of News Generation. Thank you so much for joining us. Remember, you can find us on facebook.com/NewsGenerationGH or on Twitter @NewsGenGH. Take care. News Generation, supported by
Cowbell with Vitarid.